let's start. So the first thing you were saying is you feel like you're playing well some games, like very well some games, and then very poorly others. Was that correct? Okay. So before we start going through the games, and let's start with the Jinx one, I think. Or do you have a preference?
Either is fine.
Okay. First thing I want to ask you is, what is playing good? And what is playing bad? Oh. Because it sounds like it's binary right now, you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So,
But
what does it look like when it's a good game, and what does it look like when it's a bad game?
okay, so that's probably like not a good definition, but for me it's like it's basically if I die a lot it's bad, and if
Okay,
I don't.
so deaths. I'll do it in blue. Um, okay, that's fine.
Mm. And like if I actually wait a second. If I actually build to like win, I feel like I don't know, I win a team fight for my team or something. It's a good game, but
So, mechanics?
maybe
5v5?
yeah, basically that's which I think my positioning in team fights is horrible, but never mind.
Okay, so
Yes,
positioning. Okay, so the thing is, basically the main point I'm trying to get across to you is that it's not well defined.
yeah,
So you use these words good or bad, but then they kind of intersect. It's like, well, my positioning is bad, but I'm doing well in 5v5s. So the main point is we need to figure out, what does it look like to be playing a good game? What does it look like to be playing a bad game? And then we need to go even deeper than that, because we don't care if you played a good or a bad game. We care about the details on the things that you're working on. So
yeah,
if you're working on deaths and you lose the game and you go 0-20, it's probably not the best game for it. If
yeah,
you lose the game when you could have flashed in and killed, won a team fight for your teammates, like done a clutch, but you're working on not dying so much, then you played good.
mm-hmm.
That makes sense? So we need to
Yeah,
restrict the things that you're actually working on. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay. So for now, what we've been going through before is that your tolerance to risk is very high. You're a player that wants to play very mechanically. You don't think too much about jungle, and you die very often, very easily.
yeah, that's true.
So, what have you been doing since the last time we did a session to try to work on this? Or, like, have you seen any improvements? Has it gotten worse? What's been going on?
Uh, on, on the jungle thing, or
On jungle, on not dying so much?
yeah, I really try to focus when where the jungle shows, and if it's a gank timer, I try to play safe. But sometimes I die to like weird gank timers, like for camps into gank, and yeah. But I feel like I have the sense when I think the fight is going wrong, and then I try to back off. But
Okay, cool. Okay, let's have a look. So, before the game starts, what I usually do when we're looking at the early game, everyone who watches the videos probably knows by now, is like, let's simulate level 1, who's stronger.
mm,
So, what
I
advantage do you have over the enemy bot lane?
we have more range,
Okay,
I think,
range.
and I think more damage, like before Yunara stacks.
Okay, plus damage. Okay, so if these two things were true, is your positioning correct?
No,
So where should you be?
like hitting them or closer to them, basically.
I agree with you. And I think once Yunara has about 6 stacks, so 3 AAs, I think then you need to start reconsidering, because she's quite strong. With Nami's passive movement speed of her W, I assume that's what Nami takes, you can run into trouble. So when we watch this clip out, let's keep these things in mind. So in the first 4 to 5 orders of the lane, the first thing is you didn't interact with the enemy bot lane once,
Yeah,
but you have winning conditions. The next thing is you spam hitting the wave as if push is contested. push only becomes contested once this guy has Q, correct? And once his Q runs out, then we go back to our old conditions of plus damage, plus range, right? So in between this, there's one period of time where Yunara is stronger. And then it's up to Yunara what she wants to do with it. Either she can try to trade with you, or she can look to equalize the wave. And it's probably better for her to not try to equalize the wave because she's playing against Jinx. It would be better for her to try to trade with you guys or let the wave just come into her, right? And keeping her Q stacks up. Okay, so the first thing I just want to point out is that your logic, what you tell me is correct, but how you play is not correct.
Yeah, so, I feel like I'm really afraid of going into the bush level 1 because sometimes happens that we fight to death and my egg.
Oh, I agree. That's 100% correct. That sometimes you will go into the bush and sometimes you will fight to the death. But if you run the simulation out, we might not know exactly who wins 1v1 to 2v2 to the death, but we know once Yunara has Q, it's getting closer. When she doesn't have Q, we're stronger. I think that's a very easy assumption to make. Low cooldown, high base damage, high ramping attack speed, but no spell. Same as Yunara, right? Both of you have no spell, essentially. I mean, you can try to leverage your range, but it's not that easy in a bush fight all in to the death. So yeah, once Yunara has her Q, you can kind of reassess the situation. But the main point is, initially, you knew you had an advantage and you didn't abuse it.
Yeah.
Now here, Yunara has Q, so what should you be doing?
Back off.
Right? And when should you come back in?
When the Q runs out.
Right.
Yeah.
So force trade, Yunara's Q is now out, Yunara is now effectively useless, and what are we doing? We're bombing the wave again. Look, do you see how many auto attacks you're up on the wave?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get level 2 first, right? And then our first condition, when this guy has no Q, we have range and damage advantage. So where should you be? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it, right?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. It's quite clear, you know. So let's continue. Use heal to get in range. Yunara's gonna have her Q very soon. One more auto maybe. Okay, so it's just a huge fist fight to the death. Something to keep in mind, you guys look to make the lane pretty volatile. Like you guys were, I mean, as we talked about, trading into her winning condition, which is her Q stacks. But what you have to keep in mind is that your jungler is Fiddlesticks, who wants to do what?
Farm.
Farm. And enemy jungler is?
I don't remember.
Elise.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
She wants volatility.
Gank, yeah.
She wants action. Because she cannot keep up in farm with Fiddlesticks, and her champion becomes extremely useless later unless she's very fed, right?
Yeah.
So you need to keep this in mind with how you're trading in your lane. Because it's 2 minutes 30, it's Fiddlesticks, like if you want to tip, and I think maybe we talked about this before, maybe not, but when your junglers finish 3 camps, there's a reasonable likelihood that the enemy jungler has finished 3 camps. This is very basic jungle tracking. You can track the enemy jungler based on your jungler. Now, before people get their pitchforks out and get angry, yes, different junglers have different clear speeds, but if you're making very, very simple mistakes on the map, then this is something you can start looking at. When your jungler's done 3 camps, when your jungler's done 6 camps, it's a good indicator that you might be in danger pretty soon. So this could have ended real bad already. And then when you're in this situation here, what do you have to do?
I think I should have recalled there, but...
You have to base. You have no choice. You have no choice because your jungler cannot help you, your mid laner cannot help you, and your condition is screwed. Even if you wait for Fiddlesticks to do his camps, you guys can't win 3v3 here. You see it, right?
Yeah,
and
way too low.
That's exactly what you need to do. If you cannot get bailed out, if you can't get bailed out, you need to recall. Staying here is very stubborn. You end up basing. For some reason, they push out. And now you're in a situation where your jungler wants to help you. And Elise was late, but she trapped spot. And now it's screwed, right? You can't push out. This guy's dead. It's a disaster.
Yeah,
and your jungler does ping bot lane, and he's quite, it's pretty accurate what he's saying.
yeah,
You guys heavy trade in this jungle matchup, then you don't base on your right timer. He obviously didn't need to come bot, like he could have just realized it was screwed and left. But what he's saying is valid. Okay, all good. Game's still winnable.
yeah. So we just shouldn't have traded that much, or
Well, tell me, what are your conclusions from the first things we've been reviewing?
well, first thing I mean, I should be using Inara Q timers for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, I think if Alice is puffing bot and we can assume, I guess, Alice is puffing bot, then we just shouldn't be trading.
Um.
I don't know.
Okay. So how do you know Elise is pathing bot?
I don't think we know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. So the first thing is I wouldn't talk about that as a piece of information that you can play with. So if you're interested, right? If you think it's important about jungle tracking level 1, then maybe you should call your teammates to try get a ward somewhere. Maybe you should tell your Quinn, hey, if you can ward their blue before the lane starts, this would be pretty good for me.
Okay.
Hey, if you can ward Raptors and we can see which way this Elise is pathing, it's pretty good for me, you know?
Yeah.
But that means you have to think into the future.
Yeah.
But I would make a reasonable assumption that you're probably not thinking into the future.
Yeah, probably.
And it's possible to plan the early game out. Like I'll tell you on pro teams, it's very possible to plan the early game out. A lot of times when you first join a team, particularly a good one, it's like, hey, this is how we want to play the game. These are the champions we like to play, or this sort of identity or style of comp. And this is how to execute the early game playing these champions. If you want to be G2 and you want to play some Draven and stuff like that with Jarvan, you need to figure out how do we play with bot waves, when can our jungler be bots, how can we abuse the enemy bot lane, things like this, you know? And if one of the conditions you need to play the game in a matchup where your jungler needs to farm and the enemy jungler needs to gank is level 1 vision, then that's great information. And if you want to trade heavy, knowing which way the jungler paths is very important. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, you're trading into his winning condition, and you're not trading when it's your winning condition. That plus the jungle path are the only two things we've reviewed so far.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you're stronger than him, you let him do whatever he wants, and when he's stronger than you, he abuses you. Actually, not even he abuses you, you want to fight with him. So you need to try to think about the trade from the enemy team's perspective as well. What does the enemy player want? And when he wants it, try not to give it to him. Okay, so in a situation like this, what should you do right now?
Probably recall.
I think yes. I think you should recall. Now, the thing is, if you get this plate, can you base after?
Yeah.
You can?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you can. I think you can take the plate and you might get cancelled, or if you can somehow get your base off, they're going to push out, and then they're going to have full control of bot river and be able to move mid. But you got one plate. Not worth, no?
No, not worth.
Now, if you base now, the thing is, when you're slightly behind the enemy bot lane, slightly behind, the best thing you can do is recall and just buy components. Because you come into a situation where you push out, you base, then what does the enemy bot lane do? They slow push, and then what do they want to do? Well, they either want to take vision, take dragon, roam, trap you guys, or base. Now, if there's not that many attractive options, they might just base too. Or maybe they'll stay and try to hit your tower and get plates too. And then now you're 450 gold closer to this person's money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes.
So you want to equalize, like you want to make the fight as fair as possible. If you're a boxer or whatever, you don't want to be fighting someone bare hands when the other guy has the gloves on.
Yeah.
And if you have the opportunity to buy it, don't instead in that analogy right here, you're saving up for the best boxing gloves ever. You don't need them. Just buy something that works, you know? Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, don't obsess about the plates. Also, this is risky, by the way. If this guy woke up and realized that you were trying to take the plate, I would have ran you down here. I would have made it impossible for you to hit this tower without being very scared for your life. And he realized, and you can see, right, that this guy's like not aware, and then he's becoming more aware, and now he's aware.
Yeah.
You know, and he ends up blowing his flash, like just trade flashing with you, just to chunk you, which is like, yeah, probably not the best choice for him, but it's not horrible either. He'll get level 6, right? That's like something that's worth considering. You're a champion without a dash, you trade flashes, and on level 6 he can dash your chompers and all in, right? Like that's some visualization that can be good. Okay, support went mid and died. So what I want to show you is like in the first 8 minutes of this game, you've had no agency in the game. You probably feel useless in this game, right? So why do you feel useless?
I think I'm just getting behind the Yunara and like nothing's happening.
Yeah, you're generating negative pressure. So you're losing your lane, and then other people are coming to your lane to try to help you, and it's not working, and then they're getting behind, and then you start respecting, so you're not dying or anything, but then your bot lane is generating pressure, and then they're moving their pressure to mid.
Yeah.
So laning, this is why with a lot of my students and clients, I go through the early game, because it's really important. And if you make big mistakes in the early game, you get you don't get to choose how the game goes. You just have to wait and hope that the enemy team makes mistakes. And I can guarantee you, in these games you're playing in, people make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so I'll show you something interesting here as well. Have you heard of the concept of ultimate last hitting?
Like, not really.
Okay, so how many turret shots does it take to kill a ranged minion?
2.
2, right? So
I should be last hitting.
Correct. So what you're doing right now is you're killing the minion as soon as it's in range to last hit. So last hit range. So as soon as it gets into here, you want to take it, right? But the thing is, there's one turret shot coming in, and then you're killing it when it gets into this range. But then there's this amount of time until here where you can actually you can get some more time. Now, what's the implication of this? Well, okay, in a lot of cases it might be just a waste of time, but here, right now, Yunara can trap you, right? The enemy team is moving up to fight for Rift Grubs. There's going to be 4v4. Now, if Yunara shows, what should you do?
I think I just... maybe then I fast push because it will slow push. Maybe it doesn't slow push anyway, so I don't know.
Okay, Yunara shows mid. If Yunara shows mid, what should you do?
Then I fast push.
Of course you should fast push, because you put her in a situation where either she comes back bot, or she commits top and you get plates. You need to generate pressure. If they give you information and it's 5v4 up here, 5v4, you need to generate pressure, which means you need to push. Now, if Yunara is not showing, who's in danger?
I am.
Right. So the later that you can last hit these minions. So wait now. Wait now. Wait. You see?
Yeah.
So now we see where the wave actually ends up settling. Yunara stays bot. You look for a rocket. This is good. You can't win 1v1, so I like that you're looking for a rocket. Now, Yunara ends up just pushing the wave anyways, but the wave settled here, when the wave could have been settling here.
Yeah.
Maybe in this case it doesn't matter, because Yunara can just ult on you and run you down anyways. But it's a really good habit to realize that that's an option of yours. Now, the next thing is, if this Yunara is a good player, he's not pushing, right? He's standing here and just trying to zone you.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't because he has no Q stacks, whatever. But he should absolutely not be giving you free XP when he stomps you 1v1, right?
Sure.
I like what you did with the rocket. Maybe it wasn't the best timer to rocket, but the concept's good. Okay, what should you do here? When's the next time that your teammates are going to come help you?
When the fight ends.
And they base, and they come back on map, right?
Yeah.
Do you need to base?
Not really.
Okay. So what are your options right now?
Just last hit again, I think.
Okay. And if you last hit these minions, normally, then the wave will settle in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And if you take them as slow as possible, it might slightly come on your side. My point is here. Where's Yunara?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, we don't know. On fog, right? So she's somewhere along your fog line. She can be anywhere here, like a shark in the water. Right?
Yeah.
Why can you not stand here and hold the wave? Could you pull these minions so that the next wave comes in and you're safe until your teammates recall and then come to you?
I mean, I guess, but couldn't she like actually jump on me? And I mean,
So from here, right? So she has no flash, you have no flash from our interaction before, right?
yeah, okay, she
So-
doesn't have range.
So if she's here, does she have range to E ult you? W? Maybe.
No.
She can't kill you though. She could
yeah.
chunk you maybe. She could take like some HP. And if she's here, can she reach you?
No.
She has to use her dash just to get in range to hit W. Right?
Yeah. True. Yeah.
That's how I see it. So the point is, now you're in a situation where you're saying, hey, what if she can try to punish me or take my HP? Yeah, you're right. But the point is, you're applying pressure to the map. If you can force Yunara to stay here, because she's like, what? This Jinx is freezing. Then everyone on the map knows where Yunara is.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
You're doing the only pressure, you're generating the only pressure for your team that you can right now, because you are useless. You see it? So now you're in a situation where the wave settles in neutral, you're unsafe, you can't touch the wave because you're scared of getting cheesed, but Yunara's already in base probably. She's probably farming golems or something. Not actually. No, she's trapping you. Okay, great. So now look how long you get zoned for. She's boosted for giving you cannon. She starts hard pushing the wave. She could have denied you a lot more. Now she's basing. Okay? And even in a situation like this, while you're pushing this wave, you could have got trapped. Now you're like, well, I don't have money for BF, so I'm going to base, buy boots. It's super useless. Ulting for the cannon. It's like kind of valid.
I mean, is it worth or not?
It's like probably not a conversation that's useful for us to have right now, you know?
Okay.
It's like when we're going through concepts like, hey, I need to die less, I need to avoid jungle ganks more, I need to play more, what's the word? Stable. It's like,
Yeah.
did you play football or any sport when you were younger or right now?
Yeah, like football.
Football. Okay, so you go to training, right? And all the kids, they want to do the like, what's it called? Techers. You know techers? It's like they want to dribble, they want to go past someone, do some crazy trick, amazing, and all the kids work on this because it looks cool and it's fun.
Yeah.
But when you go to training, what do? It's pass, 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 stretch, go like this through the cones, you know?
Yeah.
Why? Because these are the things that will win you games faster than doing some crazy tricks.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? So when you ask me this question about like, is it worth it? It's like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
This is not what's winning or losing your games right now, and that's where we should be focusing. Now, to answer your question, to not like, to try to give you some insight, it's like, well, where are your teammates for the next 60 seconds when you use your rocket? For the next 80 seconds? Is there going to be a fight? If there's a fight and you don't have this, it's a mistake. That's how you need to think about it. If there's no fight for the next 85 seconds and you get 78 gold, or however much it is, 78, 75? Yeah, 78. 78. Then maybe it's a good thing. Now, the way I look at it is dragon spawning in 1 minute 16. Dragon spawning in 70 seconds, 80 seconds. So that's on timer with this, which is probably fine. And your jungle is top. So by the time Fiddlesticks comes bot side, your ult's up.
Okay.
It's up in 10 seconds. So I think it's great use. But I wouldn't spend your time conceptualizing this right now. That's all. Okay, let's have a look. Are you packet lossing or is this the video? Oh no, it was me. It
I
was
don't
me.
know.
It was me. It
I
was me.
think yeah, it's sometimes lags you a bit.
That's fine. Okay, so something that I would mention here too is who is in danger right now?
And Lulu,
Yeah, not you, right?
yeah.
So the first thing is, should you use your chompers now?
No, I
So
think this jump is
when should you use your chompers?
when Yunara dashes, so it's easier to hit her.
Correct. So if you put your let's say you throw your them perfectly, right? You're a script, you're an AI, you're best Jinx player in the world, right? And the script tells you to throw them here, right?
Yeah.
Yunara can always dash it. So you're in a situation now where the person that plays first loses. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If this guy alt E's first, then you use E reactively and you win. If you use E first and he uses RE after, he wins.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Makes sense.
So when your Lulu's in danger, the reasoning in which you would use it first is when he has either used his things or Lulu's going to die 100% if you don't use it. And then the one thing I would say about the W is like, it's not easy to hit this. I understand he's very close range, but for me, basically while he's in range for you to hit him, I would hit him. Get guaranteed damage on him. And then imagine that for whatever reason he gets dash again, or he flashes out, or he has E, and you're not in range to hit him. Then you should use your W.
Okay.
Because your W is an extension of your auto attack range. You see it?
Yeah.
So why would you use the long range ability when you're in range? Even if you hit it. I understand you get some slows, which means you get more AAs. It's a fine argument, except that you're already melee ranging with him. You don't need range right now.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, nice. You get a double kill. Perfect. Finally, you got your BF sword. Okay, what's going on here? As soon as you get this plate, what do you need to do?
Recall.
Yeah, so why do you stay the next wave?
I think my Lulu started pinging it, and I didn't want her to die or something. I didn't know.
Okay, so if you recall, is Lulu gonna push this alone?
No.
So do we need to speak more about this?
No.
Okay. The problem is, it doesn't change your buy,
And it delays me my recall.
and now Fiddlesticks is on map ready to play after recalling. And yeah, you're just not ready to play. And it's fine. Don't get me wrong, it's fine. The issue is, what's the most important part on the map right now? It's 12 minutes 30. What's coming up in 2 minutes?
Herald.
Rift Herald. So around this timer, when plates go down, we want to put our bot lane mid and our side laner bot. Why? Because our side laner has teleport, which means we can play with 5v5 here. If we put our teleport user bot. If we put our bot lane bot, we can't fight that thing, right? Makes sense. So you need to now think about your recall timer, mid lane recall timer, and both of these are waves. You need to make sure that someone's not getting a lot of tower plates or breaking a tower or something like that. And then 3, jungle path, right?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing you're thinking about right now is this. So you need to start checking the mid wave, thinking, oh, am I going mid now, or is Aurora going mid? You press tab and see, oh, Aurora has no teleport, which means, maybe I should stay bot a bit longer so that I can push out bot before Herald and then just run here and just let someone take some plates bot if they want. Maybe. Or maybe it's better to stay bot. Maybe it's better to trap bot because you can never fight the objective. You can start making these assumptions and conclusions based on the information you have, and from there you can make better decisions. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
And then also, like, something fantastic to consider about all of this is, can we even win a fight? And if the answer is no, it's fine to stay bottom and trade. Okay, so now you're in a situation where you had tempo, right? From the kills.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at
And
this.
I get a kill.
So you got kills, right? From here. On this map state. You have tempo. You should have tempo here and here. You need to stay for a plate. That's fine. Now you have your plates. Now we lose top push. We lose bot push. We lose mid push. Now you're in a situation where it's neutral mid. But look where the enemy jungler is.
In my jungle.
Playing here. The enemy, we're losing CS bots. The map state looks terrible, you know?
Yeah.
Because we played really, really poorly with our tempo. Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do we play for mid priority?
No clue. I think it was just a habit. Like, it shouldn't be happening. Yeah.
Okay, so I want a general answer. In this game, it doesn't matter right now. I'm not asking you about this current specific situation. I'm saying, why do we push mid?
To make plays on the map, like ward or something.
Okay, so I agree with you, but the thing is, we generate time.
Yeah.
We generate tempo, right? And with that tempo, you can now pick ward, gank, base, objective, something like this. There's probably other options too. 1v1 maybe, trap. Plenty of options. Okay, now, let's run the scenario. Right now, you push mid. Let's say you don't die. Let's say you don't get in trouble, and for whatever reason you can push mid. What are you doing?
Probably nothing, because there's nothing to do. And
There is nothing to do. Your jungler got pushed out of his top side. Your top lane is catching a wave. Your bot lane is bot, and no one's bot side. This is empty. So maybe you could go and get a ward, right? At like raptors or golems or a bit deeper, right? But we could do that already. Lulu could be going and doing that right now because everyone showed top side. Do you see it?
Yeah.
We didn't need mid push to get a ward. Now, if we cannot get a ward, none of these things were doable. Therefore, why take the risk to push mid? You see it, right?
No. Yeah.
You lost your flash. You just got back into the game. You got your BF. You're gonna get your item completion soon. You're back on track. Like if a team fight's happening with Jinx Lulu right now, you can maybe do some damage. And then you contest a mid wave that isn't yours for no reason. And you lose your flash, and now you can't play the next team fight. You get cancelled. You stay.
Yeah, that was dumb. Like,
so this situation, by the way, where like obviously you shouldn't base here, right? Like this is just disrespectful.
Lulu might shield me, but
no, but then it doesn't matter. Like then you're griefing her tempo for you, but her tempo is more important than yours.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a terrible spot to base, and from here, the same thing that we saw earlier, you have to base, man.
Yeah.
Like, you fucked up. This tower is dead because of your mistake. That's it. End of story. If you try to stay and squeeze here, like, and you do this in a competitive game, because you told me you're thinking about playing pro maybe at some point.
Yeah.
If you do this in scrims, your coach will be very, very unhappy with you. And not just your coach, your teammates too. So, when you make a mistake, don't double down, okay?
Okay.
Just base. There'll be timers where you can double down and try to bait someone and outplay, but again, what we're looking for right now is winning over time. We want you to win more games than you lose over 200 games, 300 games, because you play a lot of games a day, right?
Yeah.
So let's look for small improvements. Let's check your rocket. When do you rocket?
Like.
Ah, nice try, nice try. Yeah, nice try. Yeah, it was good. Mid turrets, nice. Enemy team's getting top tier 2. Not much you can do about this. That's fine. It's not a bad trade for you guys. Could be better, but yeah. Retaking jungle against Elise is pretty risky. Nice, you kill a Kali. When do you use your traps? I assume you waste them. Yeah. Okay, so your traps should be used on two main things. The first one is you should be using them if Akali R1s, because your traps can actually cancel her R2.
Okay, yeah.
So you need to like use these traps as a way for you to kite, like run around and like, you know, if like when you're younger and your friends like chasing you and you use like a pole or something or a tree and you just keep
Yeah.
running around it, you know, and they can never touch you. It's the same thing. That's very important. Blocking off the path. So this is you investing your resource to make your teammates safe, right? You're saying no one can pass. So my
Yeah.
teammates are happy. But the only person you need to care about right now is you.
Okay.
It's a bit different. In laning phase, when they're all inning the Lulu, you need to start using Lulu as bait, right? So hold your traps and then try to, even if she dies, you get some kills, right? In this situation, right here, Tristana can always go around and jump. Elise can E to this and then chase. Like, they have options, you know?
Mhm.
I'm just saying, use your resources to keep yourself alive, you know?
Yeah.
And nice try on the flash. She could have R2'd you there, so yeah. But yeah, again, before the fight, before you've done any real damage, you lost your chompers, your flash, and like you can't do anything again. You must feel so like, how do I play this game?
Yeah.
It looks really, really like frustrating to play, and it's because like right now, what's going on? What should you be doing right now?
I should be behind my teammates. For sure.
Not necessarily. Okay, so right now, what is this? Is this a choke point?
No.
It's pretty big, but it's a choke.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to go through this area, you have Arakan spinning, you have a Nami wave, you have Fiddle ult. There's a lot of information going on here. Okay, so what I'm trying to get across to you is that you can pick where you want to fight right now.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Just zone them with my E. I get some W. No.
Okay, if you want to bring someone somewhere, right?
Yeah.
If you want to trap someone, how do you trap someone? Like, you need to make something look juicy to someone, right? Something needs to look like it's good value for someone to do it. That's risky, right?
Yeah.
For example, if someone's breaking the law or whatever, like robbing a house, robbing a bank, the outcome is they get all the money. But the risk is they go to jail or worse, you know?
Yeah.
So, but some people still pick this option despite the risk of jail. Now, what I'm telling you is here, you need to push top. The enemy top tier 1 is up. So if you're in a situation where right now you are standing here, pushing top, and you start hitting top turret, now you can get excited, you can get your passive. You can force someone to come here to catch, and if no one comes here to catch, then they just start losing money for free. And when they start losing money for free, they might go, oh, we need to do something, we're losing gold, or someone realizes, wait, I should be pushing mid right now. And then when they start pushing mid, you guys hit Arakan again. You see the dance?
Okay. Yeah.
And then not only that, but your situation here is like you'd be in a lot safer positioning. Right now, you just force yourself through a choke point, a mini choke.
Yeah.
Imagine you're here, 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 here. Imagine you push top and you saw Akali. You just start hitting her. You have Lulu Poly, Lulu ult, your barrier, your E. Akali cannot one-shot you unless you make a big mistake. Like she opens with Q or she hits her E or something like this and doesn't get cancelled by Lulu ult or anything, you know? But instead, you didn't push out top. You didn't push out whoever was coming top because Akali wants to flank, right? As a champ. Silas wants to flank. Tryndamere wants to flank. Champions like this, right? Now, this is not the best flank ever, but if you pushed out top completely, then this guy would be here when the fight occurs. Make sense?
Yeah.
So his position would be worse. Looks tricky.
Yeah, that was stupid to go for that push.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... It's bad that Lulu's there checking this. Trap usage was bad. Maybe you need to start using a normal cast so you can see the indicator. But like, I don't blame you too much for this one. It's fine. Get dragon, third dragon. Let's have a look. So it's interesting, in this game, based on what we said, you haven't died much.
Yeah.
But your discipline on your recall timings and your trade patterns and your positioning in teamfights has been pretty low.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, one of the biggest things we were working on is that you're dying too much, right? And now you're in a situation where you're in a game that's volatile and there's a lot of ways for you to die and you're not dying that much. Now, in my opinion, when you didn't recall mid, you should have died, and when you didn't recall bot, you should have died. Both timers.
100%.
But even then, the amount of times you're dying in this game is a lot lower than what we saw before, which is a good thing. That doesn't mean we can't work on other things too, you know. But take the improvement when it comes, you know. Okay. It's Jacko time. Come on, Penta.
Yeah, I saw the penta, but
Okay, so there's a couple things that I would point out. The first one is like, you're in a map state right now that's very, very risky for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys do nothing, it's going to be very hard to retake Baron in 1 minute, okay? So what I want you to see is that now is a great timer for you to play aggressively. Because the future is not bright. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, in this situation here, you do pretty good. And I think you need to be willing, in this case here, I'll give you an alternative scenario. So you get excited here. Now, I would recommend trying to hit the Akali. Now, most people will probably say, hey, that's insane, and this Akali is going to try to kill you or whatever. But the interesting thing for me is that you have this guy. If he can get his fear off, his Q off, I think maybe you can kill him in time. The next thing is, if you start hitting Akali and Akali hits you, the fight is going to occur around here-ish, right? Before she R1s you. Now, in this case, I can see Yunara coming back in. And maybe you can flash on her, rocket, get excited, and run again. Now, maybe not. You know, maybe not. Maybe it's fine to space the Akali. I'm just saying, there's different ways you can play this out, depending on how much risk you want to take. And for me, if you space this guy right now, and you keep playing the fight, this is completely fine for me. I don't like your barrier, of course. And then in this situation here, I really hate that you use your flash. Not because, even if it worked, I don't like it, okay?
Yeah, because on Baron fight I don't have...
Well, yeah, you can't get Baron. If you used your flash here, and that meant you could take Baron after, I love it. Really love it. Oh my god. Grafer. This guy... I'm surprised he didn't die for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you end up basing? Okay. And game might be over. Hard to tell in these games, huh? So many mistakes.
That's so weird.
Yeah. In like a pro level game, I think that Baron would decide the game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. You ended up winning. So like, although you finished the game 8-1, like we've got some serious critiques from this game that we can consider moving forward. So like, you didn't die many times this game. But the biggest things that we need to consider is the recall risk. So you need to figure out your timing, and you need to figure out how valuable the plates are for you, because I think outside the BF one, it was a terrible timer for you to hit the plates. Yeah, so like money now versus money later to the lane swap. 14 min. jungle tempo, trade conditions. Like, this game, as we talked about before, you're trading when you're in a losing state, and you're not trading when you're in a winning state, because the guy doesn't want to interact with you. You know.
Yeah.
He's just hitting the wave. You're hitting the wave. Everyone's happy. So before the lane starts, you need to indicate: do I win level 1 to the death? And if I do, what does it look like? If I don't, what does it look like? And in this case, it's more nuanced, because you win up until you don't win when he has Q, but then you win again. So you're winning, and then you start losing, and then you start winning again, you know? Or it's probably more like this. You know?
Mhm.
Like that. Bit longer, but you get the point, right?
Yeah.
So if you can do all of these things well, and then on the moments where it's time to be mechanical, don't second guess yourself, just go for it, you know?
Okay.
Because I'm not going to come here and tell you, hey man, you're playing over aggressive and you're making a lot of mistakes, so you need to play safer. It's not that. It's that play aggressive on timers that make sense, and the way they make sense is through details. For example, it's 1 minute until Baron spawns, and we have no control on the map, and the enemy team is giving us a fight that looks kind of okay. It's like maybe 40% of the time we win this and 60% we lose. It's a great fight to take. Take it every time. Because you can never get back into Baron if they play good, right?
Okay.
So you just need to consider the risk reward, and then just when it's time to be mechanical, because I know you're a player that likes to play mechanically intensive, go for it. Same in lane too. But you need to see the future. You need to see the jungle tempo. You need to see the recall timings. You need to see how the trades are what's gonna happen in the future if you don't trade according to your plan. And then when it's time to be mechanical, just go execute. Because this is really important. Perfect.
Okay.